Hello, travelers. Are you ready to explore one of the world's oldest and most captivating countries? This country has more vehicles than people, making it a paradise for car enthusiasts. This country is not only the world's oldest republic, but also one of the smallest, covering just 61 square kilometers. Despite its size, this tiny gem is packed with incredible sights and unforgettable experiences. Imagine strolling through traffic-free medieval streets, exploring ancient fortresses perched high on Mount Titano, and indulging in duty-free shopping. Intrigued yet? Join us on this magical journey through San Marino and find out the best places to see. Hit that subscribe button and let's dive into the beauty, history, and charm of this remarkable country together. Get ready to be inspired. Republic of San Marino is an independent nation with its own government and laws, despite being entirely surrounded by Italy. Known as the world's oldest sovereign state, it has roots dating back to the 4th century AD. The capital city, also named San Marino, sits atop Mount Titano, the highest point in this hilly region. Medieval stone walls enclose the original stone-built settlement, which is free from traffic. A single street leads to Piazza della Liberta, lined with cafes, restaurants, and shops selling ceramics and duty-free items. Duty-free shopping is a popular draw for Italian tourists visiting San Marino. The three fortresses at the mountain's peak are San Marino's most iconic landmarks, connected by a path that runs along the entire ridge. Discover more exciting activities with our list of the top attractions in San Marino. Three fortresses crown the long ridge of Mount Titano, with the city of San Marino clustered at the foot of their walls. The first and earliest of the fortresses is Rocca Guaita, constructed in the 11th century. It served for a time as a prison and was rebuilt several times for different uses until it reached the form we see today, during the 15th century war between San Marino and the House of Malatesta. It takes a bit of climbing to get here, but the tower is well worth a visit for the panoramic views of the surrounding countryside from its lofty perch. The highest point for miles, 739-meter-high Mount Titano, commands spectacular views from any of its three towers. The views stretch northwest to the Apennines and east to the coast, Rimini, and on a clear day across the Adriatic to the Dalmatian coast in Croatia. Three castles punctuate its long ridge, rising to the highest of them, Rocca Guaita. These are linked by a paved path, the Passo della Strega, or Witch's Passage. The lower part of this is lined with kiosks selling snacks, drinks, and souvenirs, giving the mountaintop the air of a carnival. Rocca Guaita contains a museum of ancient arms with thousands of weapons. Swords, knives, and crossbows, as well as early firearms and some unusual experiments, such as a 1730 dagger gun. The iconic three towers are shown on both the San Marino flag and coat of arms and are part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which includes the Old Town below. The neo-Gothic-style government house, Palazzo Pubblico, with its square crenellated tower, was designed by the architect Francesco Azzurri in the late 1800s and built of stone quarried on Mount Titano. The facade is decorated with coats of arms of the Republic and its 4 municipalities, and inside, a staircase leads to the council hall on the top floor. Piazza della Liberta is one of the most popular places to visit in San Marino, because frequently throughout the day, the Guardia di Rocca change guard in a colorful ceremony. Their uniforms, a dark green double-breasted jacket with white braid, red trousers with a green stripe, hats with red pom-poms and white gaiters, assure that everyone scores great photos of the event. This neoclassical basilica was built in the early 19th century on the foundations of a 4th century Romanesque church, also dedicated to San Marino, which had been abandoned. The interior is classic basilica style, with a long nave and 2 side aisles lined with altars. The 7 altars are worth seeing for their statuary and paintings, and the high altar has a statue of Saint Marinus sculptured by Tattolini. An urn at the high altar contains the relics of Saint Marinus. This excellent museum in the historic Palazzo Pergami Beluzzi shows archaeological collections beginning with Neolithic age artifacts and later Etruscan and Roman finds. The collections of ancient arts are not confined to the Italian peninsula and include Egyptian antiquities, Byzantine icons, 17th century paintings, and antique San Marino coins. Our next stop is Museum of Curiosities. Certainly one of the quirkiest and most entertaining things to do in San Marino is this collection of strange objects and peculiar inventions and their stories. There are displays about unusual people too. The world's tallest recorded man and its shortest woman. Even the free transport offered to take you from the municipal parking to the museum is interesting. A 1913 Ford motor coach. Although designed for the very utilitarian purpose of moving people from the lower Borgo to the upper Città quickly and conveniently, San Marino's Funevia is a scenic experience of its own. On the trip up the slopes of Mount Titano to San Marino's historical center, you'll get sweeping views to 200 kilometers of Adriatic coastline, bird's-eye views of tiled rooftops, and vast panoramas of rolling green hills and farmland. Of course, you'll save a lot of steps and time too. Cars leave either station at 15-minute intervals, beginning at 7:50 in the morning. Next attraction on our list is Wax Museum. The 100 wax figures in the museum represent significant historical characters, each dressed in the clothing of their day and arranged in scenes, often with other contemporaries. Benito Mussolini and Adolf Hitler are shown meeting. Jacqueline Kennedy is shown in audience with Pope John XXIII, and Giuseppe Garibaldi is at the bedside of his dying wife, Anita. Another great museum to visit is Maranello Rosso Ferrari Museum. The Vintage Car Museum at the foot of Mount Titano houses a collection of automobiles relating to the history, life, and cars of Enzo Ferrari and Carlo Abarth. You'll find sports cars, Formula One, and cars belonging to famous people, including the first Ferrari Spider designed by Pininfarina and owned by Marilyn Monroe. The San Francesco Convent, completed in 1400, is worth visiting for its beautiful cloister, as well as for the art displayed here. The church is now home to an art museum. In the sacred art part of the museum are works from several former Franciscan churches, including paintings on canvas and wood, furnishings, and other items illustrating the long history and influence of the order in San Marino. Surrounding the capital in the Republic of San Marino are a number of small villages set on peaks and spurs, surmounted by castles of their own. Most offer excellent views of the countryside and of Mount Titano, and several have interesting histories. Domagnano's fortress of Montelupo was constructed in 1463 and played a part in San Marino's war against the Malatesta of Rimini. In the same year, Faetano, once territory of the Malatesta, was taken over by San Marino, and they also acquired the Malatesta Castle in Fiorentino. One of the most beautiful castles is in Montegiardino, a town that dates back at least to the Roman era. Both Borgo Maggiore and Serravalle have grown from villages to become important residential centers of San Marino. The most beautiful beaches are Riviera Romagnola beaches. You can find miles of gorgeous white sands lapped by the Adriatic Line Italy's east coast in a holiday region known as the Riviera Romagnola. At the center of these is Rimini, only 22 kilometers from San Marino. All these towns have the usual Italian-style beach resorts, with rows of lounge chairs and umbrellas for rent, but many also have free beaches, most also equipped with changing rooms and lifeguards. The most convenient hotels for tourists are those in the old hilltop town, where most of the attractions are. But the cable car makes travel between the lower Borgo and the upper town easy, and you'll find places to eat in both. What an incredible adventure we've had exploring the best attractions in San Marino. From the majestic fortresses atop Mount Titano to the charming streets of the capital, this tiny nation has truly left us in awe. Whether you're captivated by history, enchanted by stunning landscapes, or simply looking for a unique travel experience, San Marino offers something special for everyone. The ancient walls, the rich culture, and the warm hospitality make this destination unforgettable. Thank you for joining us on this amazing journey through San Marino. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment with your favorite attraction, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more travel inspiration. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Have a safe travels. Goodbye.